All right, who is going first? We have to do this. We have to do this.
Yeah. Let's start with Ashley because she's next to me in the Discord chat here. But technically, first, hi, we're Founders RPG. This is Solipsis. Um, I'm the DM, Dracus, and now I will let the players introduce themselves.
This is typically when one of us starts talking.
Yeah.
I thought we were just going to go down the line via Discord.
Sorry, I was silent because I was being interrogated about chicken sandwiches.
That's a mood. Um,
Riley.
If no one wants to go first, I can go first.
okay.
So introduce what? Myself, my character, which one?
Both.
Okay. Well, I am Emily, and I am playing the partying hard, loving women and respecting women even harder monk Wildfire, who is definitely not monk-like at all.
What was the name?
Wildfire.
Okay.
Somebody want to go next?
Popcorn it, pick someone.
Sid.
Is it me? Is it my turn?
Yeah, I said Sid.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm
we're
trying to
doing
like
popcorn.
get Riley to a position where she's not like in my zone, but okay, I'm gonna go. Riley's my cat, by the way. I'm sorry I introduced my cat before I introduced my character, but yeah, I mean she's gonna be around. I have to let her in and out of my room. Anyway, I'm Sid or Void. I don't care. It's my online name. Who give a shit? I'm playing Howler, Kenku Rogue. He is my son, and he's here. Uh, loves to steal and snatch, and also eat apples.
Happy slices.
Happy slices.
Of
fucking course I want peanut butter,
put
Clint.
Clint. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
got him.
Okay, Sid, pick who goes next.
Maya.
So I'm playing Pascal, who's like basically just like born in a dead end like peasant town and decided to set off and like slay dragons to prove that she's as like tough as any wealthy knight sort of thing. So yeah, here to slay dragons and
She has to
such.
find some dragons to slay first.
Yep. I imagine this already happened at level 8, but like always looking for the next challenge, you know.
Dragons are, by chance, relatively scarce in this world. It's not out of the realm of possibility, though.
We will make you a dragon. We will literally create a dragon out of magic and malice just so you have one to fight.
You're actually closer right now to, like, most of the world's dragon population than anybody, like, ever is, really. They are on the islands directly to the south of the city you're all in right now. But anyway.
Is Pascal a paladin?
Samurai. With more of a Western, like, Lancelot vibe.
I love? Alright, popcorn it to someone else.
Flame gone yet?
No.
No, I have not. Am I being popcorned?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, I'm Blaine. I'll be playing Pine. He's lore bard, Eladrin. His personality type is drunk.
Hey, me
Uh,
too!
Oh
Yeah,
god.
that's about it. Yeah, got a flying elk. He's cool. Yeah.
Does the
Excited to
flying elk
see.
have a name?
I haven't named it yet. I never got
Okay.
that far. Uh, who knows? Maybe I'll think of something.
Okay.
I gotta say, I'm still imagining what's his name's pet moose whenever you say flying elk.
It is your turn, Ashley. You are the last.
Best for last. Alright, so I'm playing Aradia, who's a rogue. I think her background's a noble, so
Yep.
and Freeze is very used to me using that and has already blocked several of my ideas.
You will get your chance.
Just preeminently.
Oh yeah, you could
She-
just like waltz right into the castle, but it's probably not going to get you where you need to be.
I think she doesn't have a problem with anybody in the group. Far, I think she actively actively, God, likes Howler,
Fuck
and I
yeah.
think everybody else she's reserving judgment on.
Well, hey, I'm here to throw a wrench in that.
Oh no.
Be careful, she's petty.
What? See, the thing is, Wildfire. Well, you'll see.
I mean petty as in she's not afraid to affect the whole group just to spite you.
Oh shit.
This will be fun. So, yeah, that's our party. I actually wrote a thing today to introduce the setting and the session. So,
Ooh, fancy.
yeah. The year is 210 of the Second Era, and time is breaking. This was discovered by a group called the Protectors of Nexus, whose job is to guard the door to the prison of the Dark One, an ancient and nameless deity, trapped by the first High King of the city-states, Leander. The Protectors, fearing the impact of the breaking of time, have sought the help of the Adventurers Guild after some of their members witnessed the effects of the broken timeline and discovered an artifact, the Silver Key, which Howler is still carrying, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Just wanted to double check that. Because it's been a minute since it's, mattered. Which has the potential to fix what the Cult of the Dark One broke when the key was in their possession. Now, after the rifts have been repaired, the Adventurers Guild is working to bring down the cult once and for all and finally remove the threat of that the Dark One may be released from its prison. Last session, the party traveled to the city of Uramel on the trail of the Southern King's court mage Hugo Arnin, who is reported to be involved with the cult somehow. Through scouting the town and talking to people at various inns and bars, the party learned about some events surrounding the greatest mystery in the town. 2 years ago, Hugo Arnin began experimenting with magic to manipulate time. His fellow conjurists tried to talk him out of the research, but it became an obsession. Then, only shortly after, the cataclysm happened, shaking the foundations of the ancient buildings in the town's forum and opening a chasm in the center of the town. In this event, several people fell into the chasms, including the Southern King's daughter. No trace of them has been discovered, but rumor did turn up that someone from the Adventurers Guild may have been there and survived. The conjurist, Sandro Goth, spoke to the party about Arnin's involvement with the cult and his dangerous interest in time. He told them that the cult approached Arnin only after the cataclysm had happened, but he still suspects the use of magic in creating the chasms. The party has decided to take everything he said with a grain of salt because, despite his convictions to the contrary, the Conjurists have been known from time to time to stir up trouble in the form of experiments gone wrong. Recently, they've been blamed for the sudden appearance of strange white and red vultures circling over the forum. In light of what they've discovered, there are several lines of questions they want to follow up on, including the investigation of the vultures, checking out the archaeological digs around the chasms in the forum, following up on who the mysterious survivor may be, and what, if anything, the Conjurists have actually invented. And that's where we left off last week. So you had several things that you all were kind of interested in looking into further. I don't recall.
I appreciate the summary. I did not remember some of that.
Yeah, I went back and watched our VOD from last week, or not last week, like 3 weeks ago, and made an actual summary because A, we have some potential new viewers this evening who expressed interest in tuning in, and B, a player who hasn't played since we were all still back physically in person, and it's been 3 weeks. No one has brain cells.
Oh, did we just lose someone?
Yeah, Ashley dropped out for a moment.
Well, F to whatever character that I played way back when. I don't even remember her name. Her
Aveline.
Oh, her character sheet's lost to the void.
Yeah.
So we have my fun and rowdy wild girl instead.
Aveline Belrose, according to my notes, but, you know, I am looking forward to Wildfire.
Some of you may remember her.
I've heard very much about her, and I'm excited to see who she is.
You've actually played with her.
Yeah, in the session
Did
my
I?
dad ran.
Birthday one shot.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. So there's our summary of the big important events that led up to where we are now and the game in our last session. I don't remember locationally or time-wise exactly where we left off because the stream did get cut off at the very end by my computer pretty much just dying, which I need to keep an eye on again tonight. But, yeah, so we're going to open the session with you all back in the Schooled Salmon, which, if you recall, is the inn where Maven Roan, the guildmaster, sent you to sort of set up your home base in Uramel. You have uncovered a lot of information, which I will be happy to refresh you on if you need. And I suppose I'd just like to see you all kind of roleplay in character what your plan is going to be to continue your investigations.
I have a question.
Yeah?
What were we sent here to do again? I might have completely my brain likes to void information that's important for no reason other than I don't fucking know. It's coronavirus. I can barely fucking remember what day it is.
That is a mood. You were sent here with the information that the court mage is associated with the cult somehow, and the protectors of Nexus and the higher ups in the Adventurers Guild wanted you to come here and investigate this court mage, see if you could find out what was going on with the cult in this southern part of the city-states, and put a stop to it, basically. Shut them down, whatever they're doing.
Cool. This affects how Howler will act.
Yeah.
My question is, how am I kind of getting thrown into this.
Do you want
show up
to
late.
have already been in town and, heard that there were other people from the guild in town? Or do you want to have been, sent here a day after everybody else to lend a hand?
Yeah, I got sent late. I'm like, backup has arrived.
Okay. So you have just arrived in town. It didn't take you long to find everybody once you found the inn, because, a group of people from the Adventurers Guild kind of sticks out.
I also have a question.
All right. So are we all gathered? Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Okay. I don't know what was. It seemed like 3 people were talking. I didn't want to talk over anybody. We're all gathered at a table or something, right?
Yeah.
All right. Howler has appy slices. That's just flavor text.
That's valid.
I wish I had appy slices in real life so I could fully work some shit.
I had a quick
ASMR
question.
apple biting.
A little bit of ASMR.
So when we left off, I thought you asked us if we wanted to get any information that we wanted to get before how do I word this? I'm sorry. So out of game, I guess, I thought you meant that our characters were just snooping for a little bit of information that we could cash in right before we started instead of going to investigate now. Is that what you meant, or did I completely misunderstand that?
That might have been what I meant.
Okay.
I honestly don't remember much of the very end of our game last time, and we don't have it recorded, so I wasn't able to go back and listen to it again. So
No, that's no problem. I'm just wondering, so I was wanting to look into the person who survived the cataclysm, who I think somebody mentioned it was a thief, the person I talked to last time. I'm just wondering if we're that would be something I would be investigating this session, or if that's information I would just ask you about.
That is information that you will discover this session. You may have spent some time asking around, but the barkeeper at the Thieves Guild bar wasn't lying or withholding information when he said that this person covered their tracks well. You literally can't find anybody else who even has heard about this.
Okay, cool. That's all I want to know. Thanks.
So.
I just opened my mouth to speak as Wildfire, and I realized I do not have a character voice for her. We workshop in this on the fly.
Fair.
I support this.
Well, I don't really know much about all of this investigation stuff or this smart people stuff. Mind you, Wildfire is saying this while holding a mug of ale and spending most of her time paying attention to that.
Fair. It is very good ale, by the way.
That is perfect. I'm here more for being the muscle than the brains. So I'll leave the hard stuff to you guys, and if anything needs whacking, then talk to me. Sound good?
Honestly, yeah, that sounds pretty good. I am not one for the punching very much myself, so having somebody around to do that will be very helpful. From what I understand, we have a few leads we could follow up on, but we kind of were sent here to investigate the court wizard, so I don't really know if we need to, or at least I personally don't find much point in investigating the birds, just because they seem to be something somewhat unrelated to the court wizards, so I think probably I would like to head down to investigate the stuff that's going on down there in the big cavern, the big earth crack. Because I feel like this wizard man is definitely hiding something down there, and it's not going to be good.
From what I've learned, wizard men definitely do hide things.
Wizard men hide a lot of things. It makes them very fun to rob.
I'll take your word for it.
Out of character, that's why Howler's my favorite.
Thank you.
Robbing?
In general, yes.
Ash, your rogue is showing.
What?
I said your rogue is showing.
Oh, at least my room is showing, and I'm like, my camera's not on.
Ashley, your rogue is showing. Where? Sorry, obligatory SpongeBob reference for the night.
You're absolutely welcome to as many SpongeBob references as you want to make.
You'll regret that.
I don't think I will, honestly. I'm absolutely down for SpongeBob references. I might not get all of them. If Chandler were watching, they would get every single one of them, but that's off topic.
Speaking of off topic, one last off topic thing. Coffee good.
Coffee good.
Coffee good.
Good to see we're in consensus. Oh fuck. Took me a while, but I got there.
You got there.
Also, I don't know if it's a faux pas to talk about viewers on stream, but I'm excited that we have. Oh, we just lost one.
Yeah, we
You
have
broke the
viewers.
rule.
Apparently, it was absolutely a faux pas.
Well, one of them is me, but still. Anyway, I'm
Yeah.
sidetracking. So, from what I gather, we're going to investigate a wizard cave.
Yes. From based on, what we've learned so far, there's this wizard guy who works for the king. And he's a real piece of shit because he opened up this big crack in the earth, sort of in the middle of this town. And also the king's daughter fell down there. And he said he's going to get her back, but it's been like 2 years, and he kind of hasn't. And I really doubt it's procrastination because apparently he's working with the cult, and we need to stop them.
The king is working with the cult?
No, the wizard.
Oh.
The wizard is working with the cult. The king just wants her daughter back, and is kind of has daughter is missing blinders on, and like pretty much everything else is just going right over her head.
Would daughter is missing blinders on include a financial reward?
Perhaps. I mean, I imagine if we get her daughter back first, then she would reward us with lots of money that like a king might have, and she also might hand us that wizard. So that would be pretty cool. I would like to get my hands on him, to see sort of what his deal is. We've tried to find this wizard guy, but apparently he never leaves the castle, and castle heists are a lot of work, and we're kind of. I mean, we have a lot of leads to follow. Speaking of who's following which leads today, I was interested in going down into the caverns. I guess it's not really a cavern, but I'll call it the caverns because cavern makes it sound more fun to investigate. But where will everybody else be going?
Yo.
Hello, welcome back to the stream.
Yep, I exist. Sorry about
Yeah.
that. Internet just shot the bed.
Yeah. Internet does that.
I think I'll go with you down into the chasm. I'm not finding any leads on this guy.
Okay, we've got 2 for the Chasm Gang. Where's everybody else headed?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to the chasm because you said you're not good at punching, and I'm good at punching. So I feel like my punching talents would be best used there.
I agree with that because punching birds is hard. I would know. People don't typically punch me that often.
Well, if someone tries to punch you, I will punch them back.
I appreciate that.
Out of
The whole
character
gang going to the
does.
chasm.
We've got 3 for the chasm right now.
I feel like we should
Didn't
avoid.
they tell Wildfire about the Coliseum?
The what now?
Just curious.
The what now?
No, no one told Wildfire
Yeah, there's,
about
like-
the Colosseum.
There isn't a
I was just wondering
Colosseum
because Pascal spent the entire time there last time is all.
Yeah, we talked about maybe like going back and doing like a pit fighting scene at one point.
Well, Wildfire doesn't know about it right now, so I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear
I
that.
was assuming that I was like telling that to Wildfire.
Oh, okay. If we're doing that, I mean, I'm not gonna throw a wrench in plans. Like I said, I wasn't sent here to think. I was sent here to punch. But I would love to, get some be wild and rowdy and do some pit fighting.
Noted.
Maybe it'll be a good way to blow off steam this evening after investigations inevitably turn up nothing.
Yeah, sort of like a cool down fight.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
cool
that
down
looks like
stretches. Except you're punching.
Evening.
So the plan is chasms and then pit fight.
I mean,
I was
I
gonna
won't be
say-
pit fighting. I'll be watching, hopefully with some more appy slices. But I guess if that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing.
I was gonna see if I could take down some vultures while you guys were at the what's it called? Coliseum. I almost said cataclysm, and I'm like, that's not right.
I sure hope not.
I honestly might go do that because if there's not anything else we need to be doing, I might as well shoot some vultures. I haven't used my bow in like months. I feel like I should probably brush up on that.
I mean, are the vultures hurting people or are they just kind of doing their thing?
They are
They're
Kind
annoying.
of there, but
We shouldn't split the party if we're going into a spooky cave.
Oh yeah, no, there's full party is in Cave City, but once people start doing recreational punching, then we're probably going to like split it off a little bit.
Makes sense.
Right.
So
Is
the
this taking
consensus?
place? Oh, I was gonna say, is this taking place in the evening?
No, it's taking place like in the morning, early afternoon.
Oh, well then, let's get to it.
Yeah. Howler by now has finished his appy slices, so we're good to go.
Okay. Finish writing a thing here. Because it would be tragic if I forgot that thing.
Uh-oh.
I love how anything I say I'm doing seems ominous to you all. It's hilarious. Anyway.
You're a DM, that's kind of how
Oh,
it
I'll
goes.
be right back. I just realized I left my dice in the other room.
Oh yeah, dice would be useful, yes.
Oh, fuck. That. Haha, I have a bag of dice.
This
They're
is your
my-
dice check. Does everybody
They're-
have dice on hand?
I'm pretty sure I don't have all of a set of dice. I don't have a d4 here.
Alright,
Yeah,
back.
it's a D4. Oh wait, you're a monk.
Yeah!
You can roll a d8 and divide it by 2.
That is
Yeah.
I looked
a
around
fair
me
and
and I was like,
valid
I'm missing
option.
something.
Do I have a d8? Yes.
Okay. Everybody's back? I think I heard Ashley say she's back. Ah?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Okay.
Roll call, go.
Howler. Alright, no one else is doing roll call, cool.
Yeah, Pine probably would have checked what the Conjurist invented, but we can say that happened like on the in-between days.
Okay.
And yeah,
Yeah.
make that a little bit easier.
Because I did not get around to figuring that one out, because I left myself literally just today to do planning, and yeah. We may come back to that, because I do want to figure out what they've invented, but that is a project for another day. The chasms, however, are fleshed out, so you all head into Old Town and into the Forum. It's getting into the afternoon now, so a lot of the like morning market people have cleared out, but the permanent shops are still around. There are a number of them that are open. There's some bored-looking shopkeepers. A lot of the like foot traffic around the Forum has also left with the morning crowds, the morning market. So it's pretty empty. There are some of the annoying white and red vultures circling around. They are minding their own business at the moment, but a lot of the shopkeepers and a few people who are milling around are eyeing them very suspiciously. There is, however, a fair amount of activity at the edges and just like inside the chasms as people are working on archaeological excavation. So that is where you are headed. I think.
Do we need to consult anybody or can we just drop down?
You should probably talk to people. All of it is the chasms themselves have like permanent railings installed around most of it, except where the like entrance that these people have made to the excavations is, but it's kind of roped off. So there are some people like taking a break next to the rope there. So you could walk up to them and
So there's people like ropes where we can go and talk and see about getting down safely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess walk towards them.
As you approach with this clear intent of talking to them, a woman looks up from this group of people that's like standing around near the rope, and she comes up to you and is like, "Are you curious about our excavations here?"
Yeah, we were looking to maybe get down to the chasm and take a look at what all's happening.
Oh, well, I can't just let anybody down into the chasm. It's very dangerous down there if you are not careful or trained. But I'd
You
be
don't
happy
have
to
to
tell you about it.
Well, you don't really have to worry about danger, cause they got me, and Wildfire will flex.
She looks you up and down and goes, I can see that you have had some combat training, but I'm more talking about things like dangerous ledges, old architecture that might give way.
We'll be fine. We're from the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, you're from the Adventurers Guild. Well, that's a different story then. What exactly has led you to be interested in this? Oh, I'm Margot Renee, by the way. I'm the lead archaeologist here. And she starts like leading you back toward the roped off area.
Maven
How
Rowan
deep
sent us
down does
into
it look
town.
it goes? Does it go down?
Are you asking that in character?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay. She's like, oh, it's far enough that if someone were to fall, it would be fatal. It varies from place to place. We're gonna go down here in the shallowest part of it, because you can work your way down farther from there. It's been a real treasure trove of early First Era artifacts and architecture, and it's exactly what I came to this city to find.
How well preserved is everything?
It's in varying states. Some of it is very well preserved. We found a few, like, painted walls, and I'm honestly shocked that the paint hasn't worn away by this point. But some mosaics, but a lot of it is in disrepair and broken. And of course, we haven't found any evidence of any of the people who were lost in the incident that opened this thing. She just like
How much
trails off and gets this really distant look in her eye.
how much of this cavern have you mapped out, I guess? How much has been explored so far?
Oh, well, the whole like base of directly below what you can see on the top here, and a fair bit that's like under our feet now, that we can't see from the surface, but I wouldn't worry too much about getting lost down there if that's your concern.
Hmm.
As you pass by the ropes, she leads you down this like switchback ramp that's down the side of this chasm to something that's like been flattened out and is probably only like 3 stories down. You can see below you that there is a lot more stretching out the length of this chasm that is deeper. And there are people like scattered around this whole thing, working and moving dirt and brushing off artifacts and, archaeologist stuff.
Is it bad that the Indiana Jones theme started going through my head?
That is not bad. Not my intent specifically, but not bad.
Just hearing
Now I'm just waiting
archaeology
for a boulder to roll down at us.
trap detection. Well, Wildfire's kind of just trailing along, arms crossed, because it's like she's just kind of half-heartedly paying attention. This, again, not her forte, not what she really feels like she was sent here to do.
Howler is going to look around for any details that maybe seem weird, I guess, like because Howler's done a lot of time travel in like the past few months, probably. Certainly more than any person normally would. And since this thing was like, I feel like definitely a result of that one dude's time experiments, maybe something is off vis-a-vis time travel. With perception or investigation.
So that's an investigation because you're looking for something specific.
Okay, 17.
Okay. At a glance, there isn't anything sticking out to you, especially from this distance of any of the like early first era buildings that are visible from where you are standing are relatively far away. They're another 3 stories below you. So there's nothing like glaringly related to time travel, but you could ask about inconsistencies like that.
Oh, just to Margot?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
You can tell she's kind of like excited to be talking to somebody who might actually, have some interest in what she has to say about her discoveries, even if the interest is just, the investigative stuff that an adventurers guild member would be looking for.
What sort of inconsistencies specifically do I know about? Because I kind of don't want to be like, by the way, time travel is real. Have you guys seen anything weird recently? Because that would be a little bit like, that's like NDA shit.
NDA shit, Jesus.
Is that what that is? Non-disclosure agreement. Yep, that is. Cool. I forgot. I thought it meant something else for a second. I was like, God, I just make a clown on my. I just clown on myself in the middle of the stream, but I didn't.
Wait, did Weimar and the Adventures Guild make us sign an NDA? Is this a thing that happened?
Fantasy
would?
NDA.
You haven't signed anything legally binding about not sharing the fact that time travel exists, but it's been kind of, strongly implied to you that maybe you shouldn't just go around advertising that you can time travel.
It's like an implied NDA, like verbal agreement thing. Okay.
Anyway, so like, what sort of specifically inconsistencies might I be able to like subtly mention to see if she knows anything about it?
Well, I think you could probably, like, ask about if there was anything weird, like, in the buildings or whatever. Just because
That's
saying anything weird does not spike any specific thoughts of, time travel, unless there is actually something to, be related to time travel.
Mhm. So, okay. We've heard a little bit about the formation of this chasm, and I guess I was just curious for myself. Has there been any, like, I guess, sort of weirdness with what you would expect? Because I imagine you know a lot about, like, first era stuff. But has there been anything unexpected down here or something that stuck out to you from what you would expect to see?
Well, yes, there has been some oddities. The first was the skeleton that we found. We found very few bodies down here. A few, but very few. And this one was like just under a layer of dirt within the main chasm. And I don't know, the patterns of decay on it were consistent with some of the other bones we've found. So it's definitely from the first era, but he has wounds consistent with dropping from 7 stories up, and none of the buildings around here are tall enough for that. It's
Shoot.
Would the top of the chasm be tall enough for that?
I suppose, but there's no way that somebody would have fallen from the top of the chasm back in the first era. This was all above ground.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. That does seem weird. Hey, out of character, Howler has kind of like,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I'm
definitely
like-
what happened is some like people got teleported back to some weird time shit happened, right? And they fell, and then it's like the first era, and then their skeletons are there for a while. Yeah, that made more sense in my head.
I'm gonna very quietly turn to everybody and be like, should we talk to the Nexus people maybe?
I mean, do you have a cell phone? Like, first of all, we're underground, so there's no reception, and like, also, we can't reach
I don't know
them.
what a cell phone is.
Does anyone have
Don't-
sending?
Stone
Howler
Park.
would absolutely know what a cell phone is because the weird guys that they brought back from their adventure into the
Oh,
Feywild
yeah, those
probably have a cell
fuckers.
phone.
Yeah.
Wait, so do we know cell phones are a fucking thing?
Oh no, just for these
It
like
wasn't
two
just
guys
a
that are
goof.
hanging
Some of
around
us
the
do.
Adventurers Guild.
I don't know, maybe you could ask Corman.
Those fuckers.
Sorry,
We
I
have an
just now
in-game
remembered
reason.
Things are
this.
working so far.
We have an in-game reason for me to make jokes like that now.
You are probably one of very few
Weirdos.
people in the world who knows what a cell phone is and grasps what it's supposed to do. No, we do not actually have cell phones in Solipsis. There's just these two guys. They
Fucking
also know what
weirdos.
guns
Fuck they
are. I'm determined to get Howler a gun before the end of this. I don't know how, but it's gonna happen.
I
Yeah.
should have made a fucking gunslinger.
Howler with a Glock, what will he
Guns
do?
don't exist.
I want to invent guns. Just kidding, I'm stupid.
Well, you already have guns on your arms.
Yeah!
Have them.
I keep saying I'm stupid. I literally don't have a negative mod in anything. I have 12 intelligence, but she's stupid at heart.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. Like all you would need is a chamber, and like a trigger that would do an explosion. Like you'd probably start off with cannons before you can make it smaller, but like I feel like it wouldn't be hard.
You've done it. You've broke a gun down to its bare essentials.
I mean, like considering we have like fire magic and stuff, it wouldn't be hard to like just create an explosion within a barrel.
One of my players has a gun, but it shoots magic missile.
Amazing.
Anyway.
So you have completely like confused Margot about this whole thing. By
She just heard
asking
our
about
entire
whether or not
conversation.
this guy could have fallen from the top of the chasm. You all have some gears turning in your heads.
Smoke's coming out of Wildfire's ears.
So, like, the princess is definitely dead, right?
I don't know. I guess I'll turn to the Margot and ask him. How many of these bodies were found like that? Is it just the one, or?
It was just the one. Um, when we initially found something, we were like thinking that perhaps this was evidence because we found this one fairly quickly. Thought it might be evidence of the people that fell down here, but we found it days after this happened, which even in the most corrosive conditions, bodies don't just turn into 1,000-year-old bones over a course of days.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Haha, yeah.
Do you still have these remains?
Yes. They're in that tent down there, and she gestures down and says, "We can start walking toward there. I'll let you see them."
Yeah, okay.
The other thing that's been kind of interesting is some of the architectural styles, just on a few of the buildings, are a little later than is consistent with the era that we estimate these are from. But that may just be that we've never seen examples of this well preserved. A lot of what we know of the first era comes from what's still standing above us in the city, but I don't know, it's all just very fascinating and kind of sad.
Yeah, I can definitely agree there. Seeing centuries and centuries of life just buried completely underneath here with nobody to understand or even remember what any of it means.
Exactly. And we can do our best to interpret it, but there are still secrets that are held in these stones around us that are never going to be uncovered. We just have no way to see what happened then. Anyway, and she you get to the
Well.
I mean,
I should also
these are
mention
some
for Wildfire's sake, the time travel is relatively common knowledge within the Adventurers Guild because they got all hands on deck to go fix all of the rifts that the cultists opened. So
does not mean she really understands it.
Yeah, but she knows about it.
Yeah, this is really sad. All these cool bones that you can't look at a lot. That's what we're sad about. Yeah. I'm empathetic.
It's closer to the inherent, I guess, limited time that humans and humanoids in general have to be remembered on this planet, and how one day everything will be forgotten eventually. Time is a void, and it will eat us all. But also, bones are pretty cool too.
Wildfire's just staring at Howler, like mouth open, like, dude, what the fuck?
Can I rappel down the side of the chasm?
I mean, you can. There are definitely things that are stable enough to do so because people have done that before they managed to build more permanent ramps and ladders and stuff around here.
You can all definitely tell that I'm considering it.
You're looking at the stakes on the edge of the cliffside, and you're like, I could.
Oh, as a quick thing, I should have my my Periton with me, but it'd be disguised as a horse because that's a thing I can do.
There's a rule of no horses in Old Town.
It's a mule.
Okay. The guards looked at you suspiciously as you brought it in. But they saw the Adventurers Guild mark and were like, it's not worth getting in a fight over this.
What's the problem with horses?
They just don't want like the horses on the old cobblestones and having to clean up after them.
Yeah, there's a big issue where everyone kept taking the horses to the Old Town Road, and it just really fucking.
You know what?
I'm about to
I'm
scream.
hanging up.
Thanks.
Yeah,
We're
they
also
have an
not-
Appreciate you,
exception
Blaine.
for like people's horse-drawn carts for morning market, but like they have permits, I guess. I don't know how it all works. But yeah,
Horse permit.
you have to have a horse permit to bring your horse into Old Town.
It just says I can have horse.
Pretty much.
Got
If
a
you're on
license
the road,
horse.
the horse, not to them, but my Periton won't actually be on the ground. It'd be like slightly flying above it, but it looks like it's walking.
Okay. Yeah, but the guards at the gate like gave you a side eye like, don't let that thing make a mess or we will have a fight about this. But it wasn't worth saying anything as you were entering the town. Yeah, so you all make it to the larger tent that Margot gestured to. She like lifts up the flap and leads you inside, and there's another person kind of, you know, dusting some stuff off, cleaning things meticulously, and there are just shelves filling this entire tent with like jar fragments, bits of masonry, a few sets of bones, and she leads you over to this one complete skeleton that, you know, even not being an expert on what ancient bones should look like, you can tell that this is someone that died from blunt force trauma from dropping 7 stories.
Gee, I wonder who else would know about that. Anyway, welcome to the Bone Zone.
Bone Zone.
So, yeah, does Margot say anything more about the bones?
She just kind of, well, these are the bones that we found that were weird, and she kind of starts pointing out some stuff. You can see here that this indicates how you landed on his arm or something. I don't know. The analysis bullshit of looking at a skeleton and determining how they died.
Yeah.
He looks like he crunched pretty hard.
Yeah, it doesn't even take an expert to see it, which is why it's so confusing that it's like that.
Are we able to tell like the journal age of maybe the person at all?
Oh,
Like
we
at what
estimate
point in their
that
life?
he was like in his 40s perhaps. Definitely a full-grown adult. On the older side for how long people lived at the time. You can tell from some of the wear on the joints.
Okay, I whisper to Aradia, do you think we could go back in time and, like, catch him from falling? Would that even be worth it?
Oh no.
What would be the point?
I mean, we might figure out who he is. And also, like, save a guy from falling 7 stories to get, like, smashed into an IHOP pancake.
But what would
Or we could go back and just
we
watch
be
it
able to
happen.
come back?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Pine has a point.
I feel like that would be useful, assuming that this character is from our timeline and we're not just like, I mean, like, what harm can it do? Like, he's already dead, and we just be like taking him back to our timeline and won't like mess anything up in like the past, would it?
Butterfly effect, man.
Yeah,
Butterfly
I say
effect.
just let him die again.
We would have to also know what time he's falling at. Like, the first era is pretty big.
Yeah, all you have to
and-
go on is early first era.
Yeah.
See, I made a good choice in playing Wildfire because I also am so fucking confused right now.
About, like, time travel?
Yes.
That's fair. Don't watch the Netflix show Dark. If you're... Wait, what is it? The time travel specifically related to this?
Yeah, it's this time travel.
Okay, yeah, never mind. You can definitely enjoy Dark. It's a very good TV show, except for the part where he wants to fuck his aunt really bad. Anyway,
Huh?
don't worry about it. I didn't say anything.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, you're allowed to be confused by time travel in here because I have definitely had some moments where I have lapsed on, knowing what's going on with time travel because I'm the idiot DM who jumped into time travel without a plan. Alas, it's fine.
All is well in Waffleville, maybe.
What the fuck is Waffleville, dude?
I don't know, but I want to be there.
I'm gonna send it to you. Hold on.
I just said that in fucking Wildfire's voice.
Oh, so you, Emily, know what Waffleville is?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't, and so does not Wildfire.
That's fair.
None of us
Is there
know.
waffles in Second Era?
Yes.
All right, cool.
We've established that Waffle House does in fact exist.
That's good.
We've established.
Yeah, true.
We've established a fucking what?
Long story short, Waffle House is a semi-sentient thing.
Yep.
That might be fourth dimensional and is a warlock patron.
What?
Yeah.
I could have had a warlock patron that was Waffle House.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been robbed.
Yeah. So there's that. Waffles do exist because Waffle House exists.
That's cool. So, okay. Howler is not an archaeologist, but I feel like we should probably investigate these bones for, like, something. 'Cause, like... I mean, like, if our theory about this person being one of the people who fell into the chasm when it was created is correct... How do we go about proving that? Is my general question to everybody who wants to contribute to this scene.
I'm gonna take 10 minutes, touch the bone, and cast Identify on them.
Oh, hell yeah, baby. We're gonna cheat our way this one.
And then be prepared to get absolutely nothing out of it.
Awesome.
I don't know what these bones have to do with finding the bad wizard man.
It's a little bit complex. Sometimes you have to go through some bones to get to the bad man. Mostly this is just going to confirm a theory that we have about where the bones came from. But that's about it. If we can figure out if we can figure out where these bones came from, it might help us find the princess, I think.
Hopefully they're not her bones.
Margot is kind of just like watching all of you talk quietly, and when Wildfire says that, she's like, I can assure you those are not the princess's bones. These are the bones of a middle-aged man, and I am absolutely sure of that.
I don't doubt that. I just never met this princess, so.
It's true. It's true. The princess could have been a middle-aged man. We have not been given a physical description on the princess.
This is true.
I'm convinced now. This is the princess.
Can anyone like prepare Speak with Dead or something? I feel like that would come in handy here.
I
There
sure
are like
can.
conditions that need to be met for that. Not just cast it on a first stage skeleton.
Yeah. I'll identify the bones, see if there's anything with that. But yeah, I can't. I don't have Speak with Dead. You can cast Zone of Truth on the bones.
Ooh.
That implies that the bones can speak, let alone lie.
So what does identify tell us about the bones?
It just lets me know if there's any magic on it. That's it.
There is no magic on them.
That's what I
Damn.
thought. But it's worth a shot.
They're bones. They're literally just bones.
So I had another
Can
thought.
I lick the bone?
You may not.
Why not? Isn't that like how you identify if it's a bone or a rock?
No!
How you identify if something's poisoned?
I had another thought about our theory. If this is the only, just because this is the only set of bones around doesn't mean that, like, I mean, there's buildings down here, right? So if only one person got pancaked, the other people could have fallen on, like, roofs or something and maybe survived. So what if everybody who fell into the chasm just got teleported back to the first era and then got smashed on the roofs and then had to live out the rest of their lives in the first era?
Is absolutely everything down here in the first era? Or is it like a mix?
Everything in this chasm is from the first era.
Okay, so we don't have to go on an adventure throughout time.
Yeah, no, it's all early first era. About
Awesome.
1,000 years ago.
I feel like we're not going to learn anything more about this unless we like go back in time, so we should probably do that or explore a different option.
Yeah. I'm okay with going back in time to see what's up.
I've never been back in time before, so this will be.
Do we need to like consult the Nexus people so that we don't ruin anything?
Nah.
Nah. It's like driving the car when you're a teenager without telling your parents. You might get in trouble for it later, but only if
I
you crash.
don't negate my own birth, you know?
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Exactly.
I don't really care if I mess up somebody else's birth. It's just my own.
Alright.
I do want to get just like in the background a detect magic going to see if anything remotely like lingering magical exists at all whenever we're doing
archaeological site.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
See if there's any faint traces of anything.
You get some faint traces of like some tools and stuff, but it's all stuff that like people are actively using to do their investigations and excavations rather than like ancient magic items. There are also a few things that are like in this tent that they have found that are artifacts, but It's more of a sense of there's something in that box.
That's
they have
ominous.
Well, they have some stuff like in boxes rather than just like sitting out on the shelves.
What? Oh no! Wait. Do I detect what schools of magic the crates have or whatnot?
Yes, technically you do, but I do not know off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's
as
why
usual.
that's why I was hesitant to ask about it. I was like, ooh.
Sorry for the bad sneeze ASMR I just did.
It's okay.
It's all good.
See, I haven't actually put a lot of thought into bless you.
Ow.
Please don't die.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm the DM. I can tell you what to do, damn it.
Damn.
Shit, you're right.
Got a point.
Don't tell me what to do with my mortal form.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I haven't put a lot of thought into what sorts of magic items people in the First Era would be creating, let alone what kinds of magic items would survive in an archaeological excavation until the Second Era. So it's probably a little bit of like just various schools of magic. A lot of them are probably just like mundane magic items that people would use from day to day.
Like a cell phone.
Probably not.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Nothing is sticking out at you as if it's like time bullshit though. So
Okay.
that I can say with confidence.
Alrighty. I guess I'll ask Margot then if do you guys have like an estimated date of maybe the when this individual died?
Well, it was probably around the same time as these buildings are from. Unfortunately, we didn't find any like coins or jewelry or anything that can help us put a more specific date on them. But I'm estimating about 1,000 years ago. I am not entirely sure. Well, how the calendar changes, and it's a long explanation. She like kind of zones out. You can tell she's trying to put together how to best to explain when this was to somebody who hasn't spent their entire life studying the early First Era. Because I think it would be common knowledge, I guess, that lost Ashley again. The system for dating things and your day-to-day like date is a relatively new system. You're only calling it the Second Era since the Second Era started. So the people from the early First Era used a different calendar than you do now, and yeah. So she kind of looks at you and says, "The best I can do is estimate that it was between 800 and 1,000 years ago. Of course, we get the dates a little bit off, and even if I could give you a exact date, it might be wrong just because of the translation between their calendar and ours."
Do we know if there's a name for these ruins? Like maybe it's a town or something, or
Oh, I mean, it was always Uramel. This
okay.
town has always been, as far as I know, called Uramel, and uh, people have been living here for thousands of years, if I'm not mistaken. There may be even more below us that we have yet to uncover, but I don't know.
Okay.
Should we maybe look deeper?
I mean, if we're going to do time travel, I think our best shot is to try to find something that indicates the date
Yeah.
that this happened on. Because it's not going to be super effective to eyeball it. So there has to be, if we want to approach it this way, we should try to find a way to do that. Maybe, okay.
Okay. See if there's any archives in the town.
Yeah. Have you found anything like archives or like written accounts of like strange events that happened or just like events in general?
Well, we haven't found anything written, but the church, at the other end of the forum, um, that church has been standing here and has been built and rebuilt time and again since the time that these buildings around us were built. Um, and they have kept some records, and a lot of them I do believe have survived. Um, Actually, there was something else that we found over at that end of the chasm that you might want to see. I don't know if it will help you with your uh, investigation. I don't entirely know what you're looking into, but I suppose it's worth showing you anyway.
Yep. The whaler it won't.
So she starts leading you through this chasm, and it's a fairly long walk because it is the entire length of the forum, which it's you can stand at one end and see the other, but you're now on this uneven surface under the ground, and it takes like 20 minutes to get to the other end of the chasm. And she has to lead you down this like series of carved out steps, switchback ramps, and eventually a ladder down into what is the deepest part of the chasm that you have been into now. When you look up from this place, the sky is distant. If there were anybody standing at the top of this part of the chasm, they would be little more than like just a little dot on the edge of the chasm. And yeah, it's it's a long way. My brain has trouble comprehending long distances, um, so I can't like give you a specific number of stories that it might be, and I'm sorry. Um,
All this
My
talk about
brain.
being on the edge makes me feel like going to heck with it and jumping.
I mean, I do literally have a skill that allows me to reduce fall damage by let me pull up my character sheet because I closed it like a fool and a rube. Don't know how I managed to do that.
but like, there's a
So
reason you came in here from the side and not going back out and coming down from the forum level.
so are you saying you wouldn't be mad if I pushed you?
Well, I have slow fall, and I can use my reaction when I fall to reduce any falling damage I take by 45. Why I have slow fall, I don't know. Maybe it's a monk thing?
It's a monk thing.
But I would not like to be pushed, I'll be honest.
Whoop.
Rip. So what is this thing that she's going to show us then?
Okay.
Can we reiterate like the last minute or so? I was only hearing every like fifth word.
Okay. I would not like to be pushed. I can reduce it by 45 damage, but still.
It probably doesn't help if the damage is like 1,000. Yeah. Okay.
That's basically it.
Insta kill.
So you climb down this final ladder. You are standing on these severely cracked cobblestones. This part of the chasm is in like far more disrepair than other parts that you've seen. There isn't a lot of excavation activity going on here. And Margot like points to this giant pile of rubble and says, you see, we can't excavate here safely. We're gonna collapse something if we move things around too much. It's a wonder we didn't, collapse stuff already when this chasm opened. Certainly things did get rattled up there, but, if we move things, things could get a lot worse. But when we were exploring down here to begin with, we found this tunnel as if somebody had been digging into here from the other side already. It's a very strange thing, and we did find somebody down here who had been standing on the other side. He said he hadn't been doing the excavations. He also said that it was a complete coincidence that this happened above where he was working. But he's been highly uncooperative with our city officials.
I can make him cooperate.
You'll have to talk to him first, which good luck with that. She leads you through this short tunnel, and it does indeed look like somebody was digging through here with far less skill than the other excavation efforts you have seen elsewhere in the chasm. And it's a very short tunnel, and it opens up into this crumbling room that is mostly barren. It has a table. It has two tables in it, and another doorway leading out the other side. And she's like, "Found a necromancer practicing down here, which is illegal in this city."
That is good to know. I will make sure Andrew stays in my cloak.
Oh my god, you still have Andrew.
Of course I still have Andrew.
Who? Excuse me, who is Andrew?
Andrew's a hand that was reanimated
By?
I thought you were about to say that was
by a
drawn.
necromancer that I know.
Is he like your pet friend?
Andrew, he's just chill, Take him around,
Okay.
Could be worse
Third
for him.
hand. Useful for like holding all kinds of like ice cream cones or groceries,
Yeah.
or like a third drink.
Gonna be honest, kind of forgot about Andrew, and I'm thrilled that you still have Andrew.
Yep.
Xylus is probably still around, not gonna lie, but
He's probably just chilling at the mansion.
yeah, probably. Anyway, that totally spun my mind off track, but it's fine. So necromancy is illegal within the city limits. Probably a good idea to keep Andrew hidden. So she also tells you that this necromancer's name is Dr. Robert Erwin, and they aren't quite sure how he came to be set up down here. They're fairly certain that he snuck in through the church crypts, because that's what is beyond the other doorway that she gestures to. And yeah, the connection to the church crypts is what reminded her that the church keeps records and this place connected to the church crypts. So yeah.
What god is the church?
It is currently under the stewardship of the Church of Daria, who is the goddess of wealth. But
okay,
the
so not the
structure has
cannibal
changed
one.
hands many times over the years.
Okay, has it ever been the cannibal guy?
What?
The Pain or whatever,
Oh.
I think was the name.
Sar.
Yeah, the cannibal.
He's not a cannibal.
I mean, his worshippers were cannibals.
No,
This
they
is
weren't.
like, this is canon, okay? They definitely were cannibals.
See,
God
you
damn it.
saying just saying the blank and mentioning it as some sort of like god to be worshipped, my shitty podcast brain instincts went, oh fuck, is this some Magnus Archives reference?
Oh my god, don't spoil anything for me, please.
Oh no, I'm on like episode 4 or 5, dude.
Oh, dude.
No, it
Dude.
is not a Magnus Archives reference because I don't really know what that is.
I know,
Alright.
I just brain rot.
Yeah. I need to get back into it. Anyway. So, where are we being led to him, or like where is he at, this necromancer dude?
Margot, like, looks back to you when you ask, and she's like, oh, he's in the city jail, because, you know, we caught him practicing illegal necromancy. I mean, you might be able to speak to him. It would probably be a long shot, but I don't know. With your adventurer's guild credentials, it's possible if you have good enough reasons to.
Okay.
Can use Handrew pretend to be a fellow necromancer.
No, see, here's the thing. Hey guys, I just got a great idea. What if we use the necromancer to talk to the dead bones? Like, do you think you'd be able to do that for us? We can take Handrew and be like, hey, fellow necromancer, we can get you out of jail if you talk to these bones for us real quick.
Are you saying this?
Because, gonna be honest, I don't give a hot shit whether or not necromancy is legal here or not. Who cares? Like, if we can get this mystery solved, that's gonna be great. That's our key. And also, maybe some people should go to the church to look up some documents just in case. That doesn't go well.
Would I know, living with a necromancer, if speaking to the dead is a thing that they do?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, you've lived with this necromancer for what, a year and a half now?
A long ass time, yes.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna tell that plan to everybody. I'm gonna whisper it so that Margot doesn't hear, because I feel like she'd object to us letting the necromancer out of jail.
Okay.
So like everybody's thoughts on that. Like if we split up a little bit, some of us go talk to the necromancer, some of us go to the church to see if there's like written accounts of people falling out of the sky sometime around like 800 to 1,000 years ago, because that's when Margot said the bones got there.
The only thing I'm not going to the church.
Oh yeah, I figured you'd probably go to interrogate the necromancer.
Yeah, baby.
I can check out the church since I have training in religion.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, like, I'd be good for the church, seeing as I was, like, a part of one, but I don't really vibe, you know?
I can go to the church. I'm pretty used to paperwork.
Cool. I'm assuming we're taking Pine and Handrew to the jail.
So all we need to figure out is where you're going.
Yeah. I'm thinking because Howler can definitely pick locks is the thing. I
Then
don't
prison.
know. That skill could be, I guess, okay. So
Wait, are we
y'all have
planning
a
a jailbreak now?
Yeah, I
Maybe?
guess. I mean, like, okay,
God.
so we have two people who can pick locks. If one of us goes to the church in case something's locked up, which we already kind of have squared away, and then I go to the jail and maybe jailbreak a necromancer a little bit. Don't worry about it.
I mean, one rogue in each place. We have our bases covered.
Yeah.
You can also use 2 spell slots to open something.
Well, if you don't have to, that's probably for the better.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah.
Is there anything else in this like room that is of interest at all?
No,
Any
everything
books
that
or anything?
might have been of interest has been cleared out or confiscated. So it's literally just like a pair of tables now.
Detect magic to see if he hid something they didn't find it.
They thought of that. There is nothing.
Dang.
Smart city officials.
This is a city of scholars. The best of the best study this place.
Listen, they can't time travel, so
That is true.
I don't care.
Would like to point out this may break some shit, but you do have an exact date for when the necromancer was down here.
Ah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. I mean, if we, well, that would fuck up timeline shit in a very recent way,
It very well may.
and I don't know if that's too good of an idea.
Oh boy.
Maybe we go and interrogate the necromancer and do our stuff, and if it doesn't work out, we do that. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, contingency plan.
Cool.
Cool. All right, so that's our plan. Got it in one.
Okay. So, Margot leads you back out of the chasm because you're going to the end of town that you are already on. She takes you back out a different way than you came in so that you don't have to trek all the way back across the chasm to get out. You do have to hop one of the more permanent fences, like the railings, but, you know, that's a small concern because now you don't have to walk all the way back to the edge of the forum and back. Anyway, I think I'm just kind of rambling now, so
It's good.
She tells you that the jail is on the easternmost part of the city that kind of um, it's near the edge of the the beach. God's damn. My brain is suddenly struggling very hard with the words.
Hey, don't worry, words are bullshit.
Words are bullshit. To the direct east of you is the church. Farther east and a little bit south is the jail. She gives you directions.
Let's go to jail! Woo! I think I was too enthusiastic there.
Probably.
Anyway,
Yeah.
should we roll initiative for what order you want to handle this in?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Alright, someone who is not me, because I managed to close my character sheet again.
Okay.
Never mind. I got it. I want to roll initiative for the prison gang. Wait, prison gangs are a different thing.
I think I'd like
I
everybody
got-
to roll initiative so that I can kind of like trade back and forth. Well, maybe that's gonna get too bogged down. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I got a 5. So I think the other group's gonna go first.
Okay.
Well, I got a 9.
So yes.
So we have Aradia and Pascal are going to the church, and
Yep.
Pine Wildfire and Howler are going to the jail, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure that I sorted that out properly before I like assumed that people were in a place where they were not. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to figure out how to tell Discord to shut up. Because every time somebody messages in Discord, I think it's just like going through the stream, and it's also going into my ears, which is driving me crazy.
Why don't you just put it on Do Not Disturb?
I'm technically on Do Not Disturb, but I'm also in streamer mode.
Oh,
My brother wanted something
Sounds.
from me, so I'm gonna be gone for just like a little bit.
wait. If you're leaving, then do we have to switch who we're handling first?
Yeah, we'll just do
No,
that.
I mean I'm literally just
Maybe we
tell
could
him
take like a short
I'm
break
leaving.
because like
Oh.
I kind of have to go to the
Yeah, this is a good place to take a brief break.
nice.
We can reconvene in 10 minutes at 9:30. Sound good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not realize it was this late.
There is OBS.
I think
Yeah,
we're
welcome
Ashley,
back.
right?
It's 9:30. We have returned from our break.
Is Ashley here yet?
No. I suppose we should probably wait for her to get back to fully get back into the game.
Someone made Kirby dice.
Oh my
Kirby
god.
dice.
Dice based on Kirby.
I hope you all know that the amount of shit that I'm just like making up off the top of my head is worthy of a notebook of its own.
Proud of
Nice.
you.
I'm proud of me too. I'm kind of excited about some of this stuff. Like, all of the calendar stuff, hadn't put a lot of thought into it, but it totally makes sense. I was reading a couple days ago about when we shift from the old calendars to our calendar, and it's absolutely wild. There was a whole term for it. Oh, proleptic Gregorian Gregorian calendar. They have the whole word proleptic to describe the Gregorian calendar when it's being backdated into like the calendars before it. I believe we were preceded by the Julian calendar. Anyway, I'm rambling about calendars. I have fallen very far down the rabbit hole of I am in fact just like living in the past now.
Better than living in the present, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Viking Age is my present, I think.
Yeah, I was on calendars. I was reading how Twitter broke one year because the coding on Twitter was using like they use a different calendar type system for like sales and stuff or whatnot.
Wild.
And so I think it may have been when it hit 2020. Um,
Probably.
they'd actually put the code in to use that like setup of like weeks and dates and everything instead of like the one that we like use now. So it said it was 2020 like a day or two early, and it like broke the fuck out of Twitter.
My dad
Twitter.
had a server go down at midnight on January 1st because the computer couldn't handle 2020. Little
It
did
was
we know.
warning. Yeah.
God, neither could we, huh? Can't really blame the computers.
Yeah. But in the vein with the proleptic calendar, part of why I was thinking about how the archaeologists can't find the exact date is because real life archaeologists couldn't find the exact date of Pompeii. The explosion did not, in fact, happen in August, as I have believed for the last 4 or 5 years. I learned back either at the beginning of quarantine, it must have been, yeah, at the beginning of quarantine, not during Christmas break, that it actually happened, like, in October or November of 79 AD, and the backdating of the Gregorian calendar led us to believe that it happened earlier, but then they found some coins that were definitely minted after and some graffiti on a wall that was dated after we thought the explosion had happened. And because we live in a world where they probably did not, in fact, have time travel.
Can't they like carbon date things?
I mean, yeah,
That
but that doesn't really
probably
work
not
with...
a cure-all.
Yeah, and it's not going to get things down to within months, like we have the difference between August of 79 AD and November of 79 AD.
I just found dice that have real shells inside.
Nice.
Yep.
I almost bought some of those dice. Yeah, Etsy is really good for finding like cool ass dice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my current uh favorites on Etsy, it's going through phases of like there's a huge section of enamel pins, and then it's still enamel pins. It's a lot of enamel pins. Oh my god. And then it hits a point where it's just face masks because I wanted to find some stylish ones for being back on campus. And then it's Kirby and then dice.
Nice.
No,
Hell
like, I'm sorry, that was a thrilling conversation.
yeah. No, you're good.
These flowers dice have flowers inside.
Yeah, I think I know the ones you're talking about. They're like $100 or something for a set though. It's insane. There are some that
No,
have like
these are like
500.
$17.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
The
there's
coat-
one
Order
person I
some
found
dice
that
off
had
Etsy
like
this
a.
summer. I usually buy a set of dice at Gen Con, but obviously that's not gonna happen this year.
If I had money, I'd buy you a set of dice. But I don't have money.
You're valid.
Same
Appreciate the thought.
Oh, you're so pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the point where I legit on Etsy almost bought like 5 to 6 like sets of dice, and then
See,
was
the
like,
thing is,
probably shouldn't.
I lost all of my original dice,
No.
and then I got a set for Christmas, but I've managed to lose some of them, and I cannot find them because the bag they came in loves to open
Yeah.
and has opened and dumped out my dice. So I have no idea where the rest of them are, so I need to buy new dice. But I also don't play like in-person tabletops that much anymore.
Hardly anybody does. This is a sad time. Ashley has returned.
Sorry I cut out like that. My mom decided.
That's okay. We rambled about
No,
calendars and dice for a little while.
As you do. No, she just decided to drunk text my siblings and I, so we were having fun with
Nice.
that. Yeah.
An
Christ.
exciting time.
We back. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. So we have. Who did we determine was going first?
The church people.
That was Pascal and Aradia. I can remember things. Okay, so the church is much nearer to where you all start out walking from than the jail is anyway, so this is kind of nice. You part ways at the doors to the church. Pascal and Aradia, you are able to just walk right in. The doors are, in fact, propped open to the main area of the church. There are some people who work there, milling around, cleaning things, tending to things. Whatever it is that people do to take care of an old building. I'm just thinking of the NPCs in Skyrim and some of their church-like buildings, gonna be honest.
Someone walks by outside, goes, Do you get to the Cloud District often?
Basically.
Who am I kidding?
Basically.
I'm gonna tap somebody on the shoulder and be like, we're looking for some information. Where do you keep your really old records? Like, when the church was founded, old records.
This person, kind of looks at you and, the Adventurers Guild symbol is obvious on everybody's cloaks, so it goes unsaid that you are an adventurer looking for things. That does give you some, I guess, sway that you wouldn't ordinarily have in a lot of places like this. And they kind of take this in, shrug, and go, well, we don't have a lot of records left from when the church was founded, but we do have some. I can take you to where they're stored if you would like.
Please.
So they put down what they're working on and lead you through some back hallways into this, like, basically a storage room. And
I definitely meant to say built instead of founded, so, like, we might be going too far back.
They open a door that you almost didn't notice in the back of the room and lead you down this really tightly spiraling wooden staircase.